today I thought a fun topic would be is talking about my top Kingdom Hearts enemy types. I believe I might have made a video on this a long time ago, but like I don't know how I ranked it at that point, and like it's been a long time, so you know what, might as well do it. And so the four that I'm going to be talking about, the four main ones that I remember are Nobodies, Dream Eaters, Heartless, and Unversed. Those are the four that I know. Now with number 4, I'm going to go with the homies Dream Eaters. Now, Dream Eaters are probably the only ones I would say that I don't dislike, but like I don't really like them either. Like they're okay to me, like they're whatever. Like I remember when Dreamed Out Distance was first revealed and they showed the Dream Eaters, I was kind of like, like I remember like Heartless is something I really love. The concept is cool, the designs are cool. Nobodies I thought were pretty dope. Unversed I thought were pretty dope. But like when I saw like Dream Eaters and there were these kind of like nice looking stuffed animal looking creatures, I was like, this is like okay. And obviously I know there's two types. There's like the bad types too, which look more like traditional, like Heartless kind of. They're still like pretty Dream Eatery. I just thought they were okay. The concept too is like, to me, is like whatever, because you know all the anime types also have like a concept of what they actually are in universe. And I believe the Dream Eaters are literally Dream Eaters. They eat dreams. I think the good ones eat nightmares and the bad ones eat good dreams, and maybe both. And so there isn't like too much to say. I just don't really like the designs. I don't really like the concept. Like it's cool that like it is an enemy type that also has a good version that teams up with Sora. I do like that aspect of it. In terms of overall design and concept compared to the other ones, I do think it's the weakest of the four. So that's why Dream Eaters comes at number 4. So at number 3, this one was actually hard because the other 3 I actually like a lot. The concepts and the designs. But for number 3, I'm going to put Unversed. Now the reason I'm going to put it at number 3 is funny because in terms of concept, what the Unversed are, I actually like it the best. Unversed are kind of like these negative emotions and they pretty much physicalize into Unversed. That's pretty much what they are. And I believe in like, I'm not sure if this is canon in the games or this is just in the light novel, but this is supposed to be kind of like the negative emotions, like, and it's kind of connected to like Vanitas in some way. And so the concept I think is one of the coolest ones, and it's something you see like all the time in like in JRPGs and anime. Like for example, Jujutsu Kaisen I think is like the exact same thing with curses being like negative emotions of people. So in terms of concept, I really like Unversed. The only weak point to me in a certain way is the design. I do like the designs overall. I think they look cool, but like the only weakness I think is funnily enough, I think the weakness is because of it being on the PSP. I think because Birth by Sleep was on the PSP, which is the game where Unversed were in, they had to simplify the designs a bit. And so because of that, I think they weren't able to go as hard compared to like Heartless or Nobodies. And so that's literally the only reason they're number 3. If they had like the design level as Heartless and Nobodies, they would easily be number 1 because their concept I actually like better than Heartless and Nobodies. That's why Unversed come at number 3 for me. At number 2, we have Heartless. And the reason Heartless is at number 2 is honestly Heartless and Nobodies. I like both of them. I like their concept. I like, Heartless being, when someone loses their heart, they get encroached by the darkness, and the Nobodies kind of like the body and mind left behind and stuff. I think both of them have like top rate designs, and Heartless is cool. I'm just going to be talking about number 2 and 1 at the same time because like obviously you know what number 1 is. The reason Heartless didn't make it to number 1 is because I think design wise, Nobodies inches a bit above than Heartless. Nobodies kind of has this more like light design. Heartless has this more dark design. But there's a certain like creepiness to Nobodies. I don't know what it is, like the way they move. And I remember as a kid, I could never tell what they were, like material wise. Like Heartless, you kind of imagine as like darkness and shadowy and kind of like almost like puddles of goo. But like Nobodies, I could never tell what they were. Like the Dusk Nobody, for example. When I was a kid, I was like, what the hell is this? Like your mouth is a zipper. You seem like this slippery silver thing. You move all weird, and like when you were playing as Roxas and you were able to reversal, they left these weird like tracer things. Like I could never tell what the hell was going on when looking at Nobody, and so like there's something weird and like almost magical about them when I first saw them as a kid. And to this day, like I think the Nobody designs are just like top notch. They have like a lot of cool ones. They have like the Dancer Nobody in Kingdom Hearts 2. They have like a bunch of Nobodies. They have the Twilight Thorn, which I think is cooler than the I believe it's called the Dark Side Heartless, the big one. And so just all that together, I think the Nobodies just, I think not only are the designs better, I think the concept of Nobodies are slightly cooler too. Obviously the concept of Heartless and Nobodies kind of go hand in hand, but the fact that it's kind of like the bodies and mind left over from when someone becomes a Heartless, I think is a cool concept. And the fact that like the Organization 13 are all Nobodies, I think is even cooler when you kind of figure that out. So because of all that, I think Heartless comes at number 2 and Nobodies comes at number 1.